The Parable of the 10 Virgins, Lessons on Preparedness and Faithfulness. The Parable of the 10 Virgins is a story told by Jesus in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 25, that teaches us the importance of being prepared and faithful for the coming of the Lord. The parable follows 10 virgins who were waiting for the arrival of the bridegroom, but only 5 were wise and prepared with enough oil for their lamps. The parable of the 10 virgins begins with 10 virgins who were waiting for the arrival of the bridegroom. They all had lamps, but only 5 of them were wise enough to bring extra oil with them, while the other 5 were foolish and did not bring any extra oil. As they waited, the bridegroom was delayed, and they all fell asleep. At midnight, there was a cry that the bridegroom was coming, and the virgins woke up to trim their lamps. The 5 foolish virgins realized that their lamps were going out and asked the wise ones for some oil, but they refused, telling them to go and buy some oil for themselves. While the foolish virgins were out buying oil, the bridegroom arrived, and the wise virgins went in with him to the wedding banquet, and the door was shut. This parable teaches us that we must be prepared and faithful for the coming of the Lord. We cannot rely on others to provide for us spiritually, we must take responsibility for our own faith and spiritual well-being. The wise virgins in the story were prepared and had enough oil for their lamps, representing their faithfulness, while the foolish virgins were unprepared and lacked faith. Furthermore, the parable also emphasizes the need for urgency in our preparation and faithfulness. Just as the bridegroom arrived unexpectedly, so will the coming of the Lord be unexpected. We must always be ready for His coming, for we do not know the day or hour when He will return. The parable of the 10 virgins is a powerful reminder of the importance of being prepared and faithful for the coming of the Lord. We must take responsibility for our own faith and spiritual well-being, and not rely on others to provide for us. We must also remember the urgency of our preparation, for we do not know when the Lord will return. Let us be like the wise virgins, faithful and prepared, so that we may enter into the wedding banquet with the Lord when He comes.